What time is it? Oh, it's time for another Mr. D video. Today we're going to do a little math activity and we're just going to get some skill work in today where we've been talking about the clock a lot this year. We've been really getting a lot better at it. Now, this is something that you can make at home. I know as everybody's doing their really good home learning, something, that you can create with, a marker, some construction paper, regular paper, a paper clip. So what we did was we took I traced out a circle, cut the circle out, then I put the numbers on it. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then back to 12. And we've talked a lot this year about how, that's the hours. That's the little hand. Now, Connie cut the hands out for me today, so that was a really great job by her. Now, if the clock was looking like this right now, it would be 1:55 because the big hand is the minute hand, which is covering up the 11. Well, why is that 55? Well, let me start you. We're going to start at the 12. We're going to go to 0. And every time we hit one of the big numbers, every time we hit one of the big numbers, that's going to count for 5. So watch 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Now, on a normal clock, what you might see is, I'll just draw these in, We call them little tick marks right there, in between the 12 and the 1. Now there's 4 because you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 1 would be 5 for the minute hand. Now, the reason why it ends at 60 is how many seconds are there in a minute? 60. How many minutes are there in an hour? 60. So you can't ever go past 60. You never see a time that says like 1:60. That's really 2 o'clock, So you got to really be careful there. So again, let me go over that with the minutes. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then back to 12, which would restart at 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some times, because this is how, on your parents' phone maybe, or like on your microwave, you might see a time that says like this, 9 o'clock. The 9 with the 2 dots and then the 2 zeros. So 9 o'clock on your clock. I'm going to spin my little hand all the way over to the 9, like so. And then I have my big hand on the 12 for 9 o'clock, just like that. And you can see it cuts you can also talk about fractions, how this time 9 o'clock cuts a real clock into fourths. That's something that we've also talked about this year. But 9 o'clock, the little hand goes to the 9, the big hand goes to the 12, because that's 0, 0. That's 1. And my hands are being held together by a paper clip that we poke through in the middle. That's something fun to do right there. So here's another time. Let's go 11:30. So my little hand is going to go push up to the 11. Now, it's 9 o'clock, so I'm going to start here for the minutes. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to move my big hand all the way down to the 6. Boom. 11:30, just like that. Little hand on the 11, big hand on the 6. Just to review, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It helps us count by 5. Let's put another time up there. Let's go 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So 0, 0. I know for my minute hand, it's going to always go to the 12. So I'm going to push it right up there. There we go. I'm going to keep it right there. And my little hand, why is it on the 5? I have no idea. It should really be on the 2, because that's going to show 2 o'clock. Little hand on the 2, big hand on the 12. 2 o'clock. And last one's a little bit more of a challenge for some of us. That says 6:15. 6 with the 2 dots and 15. Again, you might see times that look like this on a phone or a microwave, but we can also tell it on the clock as well. Now 6:15. Well, I know my little hand is going to go to the 6 because that's my hour, right? So I got that. But then my big hand, 0, 5, 10, 15. Ah, boom. I'm going to get that big hand to the 3, 6:15. Okay? Again, you can talk about how it cuts it into fourths again. You can talk about how sometimes go in halves, but this is another way, an activity that you can make at home really easy, just something fun to pass, pass the time. Wasn't really trying to make a joke there, but that was it. So 6:15, that's one way to look at it. Now, so that's telling the time. But another thing that we've been doing this year is we've been doing something called choral counts, and it just gets a way to like figure out the missing number, trying to figure out some patterns. So take a look at that. Okay. Now, as you're looking at that, can you tell what numbers are missing? Okay, what am I counting by? I'm not starting at 0. I started at 3. I start with my lowest number here, and my greatest number is down here, 47. Okay, but I went from 3 to 7, then 7 to 11, 15, 19. Oh, I don't know what that is. 27, blank, 35, 39, blank, 47. So what happens is we want to figure out what's missing, and then we can figure out some patterns. So let's take a look, right? I'm going to go with this one right here. I'm going to use between 7 and 11. This is how I would figure it out, knowing it. Now, I know how to make 10 because I'm old, but like we try to make 10. That's one way to do it. So 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 3. One more is 11. That makes 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. Well, let's see if that works over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to count by 4s. Okay, we can go to 11 to 15, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm counting by 4s. There we go. 19. Now, 19 and 4 more. So you can make a number line, or you could use some manipulatives to do it. I'm trying to use my brain to count on. So I start at 19, I count 4 more. 20, 21, 22, 23. There it is. I'm going to fill that in. 23. Okay. So now that works. I count 4 more. I get to 27. Then I'm going to count 4 more because I see a space right here. Well, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. Again, using a number line is really helpful when you're trying to figure these out, or using, manipulatives, you can cut up pieces of paper or something. We like to use 4 blocks every time, counting by 4. That might help as well. 31, 35, 39, 40, 41, 42. That's right, 43. Okay. So then what we do, so we count them all out. We're going to read all the numbers out again. So let's do it together. Ready? 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, 27, 31, 35, 39, 43, 47. Now, one thing we could do is we could also ask for patterns. Like, what are some patterns that we see here? Okay, well, this is a kind of a tough one, but I'm going to try to figure it out, okay? So let me look going down, okay? So if I'm going to go down, I'm going to circle this row here. Well, is there a pattern right there? Can you figure that out? 3, 15, 27, 39. They're always getting greater. That's one thing. But here's how I'm going to do it. Well, 3 and 10 more than 3 is what? 13. 11 more would be 14. 12 more is 15. Now let's see if that works here. 15 and 10 more. 15 plus 10 is 25. Okay, so let me write that down for people that might not see it. Okay, I'm going to pull this paper up. So I did 3 plus 10 equals 13. 13 plus 2 equals 15. So 10 and 2 make 12. Okay, that's how I figured out that pattern right there. Okay, so that's one way to think about it that way. Now let's see if it works with 20 going from 27. Okay, I'm going to put it here. 15 plus 10, because I always want to be, if I'm able to tell 10 more, that helps me out every time. 15 plus 10 is 25, because 25 is 10 more than 15. And then 25 to get to 27. I need 2 more. 27 plus 2. There it is again. Okay, so it's always plus 12. 10 and 2, 10 and 2. So I know this pattern is always plus 12, plus 12, plus 12. So every time I wanted to make that, and you can do a bottom row, you're always going to go plus 12. That's one way to think about it. An activity that we've done many times this year. It's good. There's also patterns going this way. Okay, there's also patterns going from diagonal this way. You could also think about patterns going diagonal this way as well. So just fun activities that you can play around with the numbers, figure out if it always works every single time, you know, trying to figure out what's greater. But again, use number lines, use manipulatives to help you out. This is something fun to create at home that you can just try with different patterns, you know, counting by 4s, counting by 3s, counting by 2s. Some can count by 6s, but, you know, do what you can, okay? It's just something to try at home, something fun, something to think about. But playing around with numbers is a really fun activity, and we're very good at it. I think a lot of us can handle it. So, whoa, where am I going? Well, guys, again, thanks a lot for watching this math activity today. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a shot at home. Make a clock. That'd be fun, too. Hope everybody's enjoying their home time. I'll talk to you soon.